Alie, this is Tim's video. Is that slow carb?
Mm-hmm.
Alie, get the macros out of here.
All the carbs, Tim.
Hello, my capricious caterpillars. So Tim Ferriss just released, or is releasing, a new book in December called The Tools of Titans. I am excited about this for a number of reasons. Alie, are you excited about this as much as I am?
Yeah, I can't wait to hear about more Tim shit every day.
If you haven't read any of Tim's books yet, I think we should prepare you for some of the weird shit that Tim compels you to do.
For example, I would never be caught dead in public doing the cat vomit exercise.
Tim talks a lot about the Pareto principle. It's the 80-20 rule, which you can apply to almost anything. In fact, you can apply this right now. If you watch just 80% of this video, you only need to watch 20% more to finish all 100% of it. This video tries to explain why I am such a Tim Ferriss fanboy, as most of my friends can attest to.
And so can I.
Yeah. Oh, did I mention the Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman? Tim always tells you to read this book. I have never read it yet. I'm sure it's really good though. I can't show you a picture, it's on my Kindle. But it's right there. So some of the exercises Tim has you do in his books to get the most bang for your buck, kind of applying this 80-20 rule again. But some of these exercises are like the two-handed kettlebell swing, the air squats, the wall push-ups before cheat day. Well, actually, like right before your cheat meal. So you got to be in the bathroom doing some wall push-ups. What else?
Did you mention the cat vomit exercise?
I did. Cut to cat vomit. Tim drinks a lot, and so I drink a lot.
Papa loves his juice.
So what does our morning routine look like based on what Tim recommends?
Even though I'm not doing slow carb anymore, my breakfast routine is still the same as what Tim says. I have held on to those tidbits. Every morning I have eggs and beans, either sometimes refried beans or black beans. Tim says 30 grams of protein in the first 30 minutes of waking up. I'm not quite sure if he means I woke up and then I laid in bed for 2 hours and then got out of bed and then that 30 minutes starts, or like as soon as you wake. He says that in the book.
He does?
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim. I didn't read that part.
So before the eggs and beans are consumed, the very first thing we both do, because Tim recommends it, is pound a big pint glass of ice cold water and a couple forkfuls of sauerkraut.
I also went to Argentina based on a suggestion from Tim's in his first book, The 4-Hour Work Week. So my dad and my brother and I went down there and took Spanish lessons for the entire month that we were there. I don't remember much of anything. We took tango lessons. I found the same club that Tim went to and took tango lessons for free there. I also don't remember how to tango anymore.
No, I've never seen you tango. Or
I'm really curious if Tim remembers how to tango.
What if one day you and Tim get to tango together?
And we both don't know what to do. It was affordable to stay in such a big city like Buenos Aires, and the steaks were magnificent, like $10 steaks, best grass-fed beef in the world.
Good vino.
The wine, you could go to a local grocery shop and get like a $3, $4 bottle of Malbec. That trip was a trip of a lifetime, even though it was only for 30 days. It was incredible. Thank you, Tim.
So during the time that I was eating the slow carb diet, another piece that Tim recommends to go along with slow carb is taking freezing, frigid, ice cold showers, which is fucking horrible, and I don't do anymore because it made me miserable.
So did you find any benefit in it at all?
The only benefit is when I'm at the gym and I'm sweating balls. A cold shower cools down my body temperature so I can proceed to get dressed and put on makeup without sweating. As far as weight loss and metabolism, not so sure.
One of my favorite things from the 4-Hour Chef was the frozen steak. I have to admit, one of the best steaks that I've had in my life that I've cooked myself. He tells you to freeze a steak, and it looks like a wrinkly old butt when you get it out of the freezer and you throw it in basically you sear it and throw it in the... Anyways, it's incredible. So the 4-Hour Chef played an important role in my life. Like, I cook every day now, and kind of like thanks to Tim for writing that book. Have you read it?
Nope.
I haven't had some this entire time. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say too bad, so sad.
I even tried your gummy bear recipe, Tim, and it tasted like shit. Didn't work out.
So I think the main reason that I lasted on slow carb as long as I did is because of cheat day. It is the crown jewel of 4-Hour Body and the slow carb diet.
So what is it about cheat day that you love?
Basically, it's a hall pass 1 day a week to eat whatever you want as much as you want until you want to die because you think your stomach is going to explode.
Pretty sure every cheat day that I've ever had, I end up curled up in a fetal position,
crying,
ready to puke and cry. So those are some of the things that Tim expects you to do. But when we were moving here to San Francisco, remember that time where we were listening to a Tim Ferriss podcast in the car, and he mentioned he was from San Francisco, and you didn't know that?
So before we moved here, I obviously knew a lot about Tim from Nate always talking about Tim every day. I had never read any books, so I listened to his podcast. So we're halfway here, somewhere in the middle of America, and I find out that Tim lives in San Francisco. Coincidence? No, definitely not.
Did we mention that we're getting married and we want you to officiate our wedding?
Call us.
This video is not meant to necessarily poke fun at Tim. He's been a huge influence the past 10 years for me. Mostly it's to kind of make fun of myself and the things that I do. If you know Tim or think you would kind of laugh by seeing this video, hashtag this TimTimTips. Little reference to his first podcast. We attempted to go to Stern Grove last Friday night, and there was a woman already waiting there from 8 p.m. And so we are gonna attempt again this Friday. I'm thinking maybe like 5 p.m. Maybe 4.
Halloween wedding, what do you guys think? One last try?
That's not that big a deal, is it?
Spectacular. Don't put that in.
I don't understand. Every week, I'm always switching these around. Everybody knows that the toilet paper.
I could say like I love carbs.